Okay, look, I know what some of you are thinking. It's that bloke who streams F1 Manager 3 months of the year, then vanishes to play the other game for a bit. Yeah, I'm back. I'm here. F1 Manager 24 has just been announced at the time you're seeing this. I've been sent the trailer early, so I thought, why not watch it, go in completely blind, have a watch, have a react, see if we can spot anything new. Obviously, with it being the announce, I'm not really expecting any gameplay, but it's good to know there is an F1 Manager coming out this year, mostly because, obviously, I've got the Williams outfit I paid for. This was not cheap. I need to get my money's worth out of it. So, yeah, trailer in front of me. I'm just going to hit play and see what we've got in store. Of course, Frontier, third year of the game. There's lots of stuff I've seen people asking for. Multiplayer, I know, is a big one. F2 and F3, maybe the F1 Academy as well. Creator team, everyone's wanted creator team forever. Honestly, that is the one that I probably want the most. I've not seen anything. The trailer that I've been sent is just called Announce Trailer. There isn't even any hints at the title, so I'm just going to hit play, and we're going to see what there is. I'm very excited for this. Okay. F1 Manager 24. It's happening. That's a good thing to start with. Wait. Create a team. Okay, calm down. I can't pause this video every 2 seconds. Create a team. It's flicking through loads of liveries as well, which is cool. So you're about to customize your own car. Okay, let's not hyperventilate. Let's watch things here. Okay, so it's not gameplay. That's probably obvious at this point. This stuff, I guess, is pre-rendered, but it looks like it's using stuff that you'll see in the game. Sorry. I know. Did you guys just see what I just saw? Also, we've got the custom team on screen here, kind of climbing up through the ranks. Did you guys see the thing that I just saw? Okay, I promise I'm not going to pause the video constantly, but this is something else that people have wanted. Failures on your car during the race. You can see we've got a temporary issue that's a drivability issue with the car, a power reduction fault, and then an impending failure. Imagine finding out with 5 laps left that there's an impending failure and you risk blowing up your engine, or you can try and nurse it home and just retire. I mean, people have wanted it, and I've always been like, that's a terrible idea. That's not fun. It's in the game. You lot who wanted this stuff in, you've won. I hope you're happy. Also, why did they pick Ferrari for this bit? Let's not read into that too much. But yeah, you can see there the custom team rising up through. We're at Mexico here. I think custom liveries again. Looks like there's loads of customization options. Obviously, modability on the PC version to create custom liveries is a thing too. But that, I mean, let's be honest, we're not seeing a load of stuff there. There's probably stuff hidden away. But just to see Creator Team announce as the big headline feature and see the variety of the liveries there, makes me optimistic and hopeful that they are going to do it right. Also, I know people are going to point out, Jack, it says F1, F2, and F3 in the bottom corner. It does that every year. I don't think we can read into that too much. Okay, and there is no release date for the game yet. We've just got the option to wishlist it, which is interesting. I was sent a press release. I want to check that real quick to see if it's got more info than the trailer had. Okay, I've just read through the press release. Big headline thing as far as I'm concerned. The game's suggested retail price is £30. I know a lot of people complained about the pricing of the game last year. No mention of a special edition, but yeah, £30 or €35 or dollars is the recommended retail price. I think that's going to please some people. I know a lot of people were put off by last year's game costing quite a lot, considering it was just a bit of a refresh. Last year's game came out on Game Pass as well. I wonder if we'll be getting Game Pass again this year. I think that was quite popular. Now, I did also notice in the trailer, we do have some new look screens here. I say new look screens. Obviously, this could just be the graphics for the trailer to make it look fancier. But I feel like the cost cap was really unclear last year. Kind of the visual clarity around it was not good. Looks like that is going to be improving. Did also notice on the screen here, as we see Max celebrating his 3rd World Championship, we've got Head of Aerodynamics, Chief Designer, Chief Mechanic, and Race Engineer. I feel like some of those are new. I feel like Chief Designer and Chief Mechanic were not roles last year. What were the roles last year? Okay, so last year we had Technical Chief, Head of Aero, Race Engineers, and then your Sporting Director. And in this trailer, they are showing Race Engineers, which we had before, Chief Mechanic. Now, Chief Mechanic doesn't exist in the game, and Chief Designer doesn't exist either, unless they've changed Technical Chief and split it into 2 roles, which I guess they could have done. Either way, more roles, more staff roles, we assume. Obviously, we are having to do a bit of deduction here, but I'd like to think the trailer would be accurate with stuff like this. Now, on this screen here, you can see sponsors. Now, Sponsors are a bit of an afterthought currently in F1 Manager. It's not changed the way they work in the first 2 years of the game being out, and equally, they're quite easy to miss when you go into races. I'm sure we've all done it. You forget to set your sponsor objectives. Looks like that could be changing. Interesting to note, sponsors were actually mentioned right at the top of the press release that Frontier put out for the new game. I'm going to read that directly now. But yeah, I do wonder if the sponsorship system is going to see a bit of a refresh. I don't feel like it was necessarily awful, but just a bit of visual clarity would have been nice. Okay, best reading voice on. For the first time in the franchise's history, fans will have the opportunity to create and lead their own custom team to victory, building a legacy alongside the sport's greatest names as they orchestrate their ascent to the top of the podium. Customizing elements of their team, players can curate their creativity to bring their dreams to life, whilst negotiating sponsorship opportunities to ensure a steady stream of income to fuel their ambition. Identifying upcoming talent to rise up the grid, or cherry-picking the best stars in the sport in the pursuit of immediate success. The choice is theirs to make before the covers are lifted. Like the sound of that. Firstly, it seems like there's going to be different options of how you can approach things. I know in Codemaster's F1 game, you kind of have 3 different presets you can pick from. I don't think it's changed recently. I've not played F1 kind of Codemaster's game in a little while, but I know you used to be able to pick kind of a top team, kind of middle of the pack, or one of the bottom teams, aka Alpine mode. Sorry, Alpine fans. Who am I kidding? Alpine don't have fans. And unless you're French, in which case, allez le bleu! I'm sorry. Okay, let's keep reading. F1 Manager introduces a new mentality system for drivers and staff, bringing their individual personalities and demands to the fore as players aim to maintain their team's motivations amidst the pursuit of glory and challenging for the sport's biggest prizes. Okay, interesting. So last year we got the confidence system. That did feel quite bare bones, and sometimes it just felt a bit nonsensical. From the sounds of this, drivers are going to have a bit more personality. I feel like in last year's game, drivers were all kind of quite similar. Obviously, you had the confidence during races that go up and down, but this sounds like different drivers in different kind of situations, be that title fights, might be able to do well. I'd like the idea that someone like Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen, if they're in this really intense battle for a championship going into the final day, because they've done it before, they have like an element of calm around them, whereas if you've got a rookie driver or someone who's never won a world championship before and it's going down to the wire, maybe they feel the pressure that little bit more. I feel like bringing out more of that individuality would be really good for the simulation. Now, in the press release, they do also talk about the fact they're enhancing the AI to close the gap between players and the competitors on and off the track. I know during this year, they kind of added some difficulty sliders. Presumably, they're going to be coming back. I still feel like AI in any game like this can always be improved. I feel like in a weird way, that shouldn't have to be announced in the press release. You should just expect stuff like the AI to be better. But here's a big thing that I've just seen in the press release. The threats of drivers and staff being poached means the paddock shakeup is never far away. Hallelujah. I asked on Twitter what people wanted to see. No one mentioned this. Last year, your drivers just couldn't get poached, could they? Your staff couldn't get poached. That is going to be a threat now. That could lead to absolute heartbreak. But that, I mean, it's kind of mad it wasn't in the game already. Very, very excited about that. The press release also goes on just to talk about the fact that there are new perspectives for you to watch the races from. I think that's really exciting. One thing I'd love to see is kind of a director camera. The camera's automatically cut as if you're watching an F1 broadcast, as opposed to you just being stuck on one perspective. I think that would be a really good addition for the game. And it does also confirm in the press release that there are going to be the threats of mechanical failures this year, which, like I said, people have been asking for, and I'd not really wanted it because I feel like it'll just make me angry. Have also had confirmation that the last Wednesday of every month there are going to be live streams done by Frontier that show off more of the game. So Wednesdays, end of every month, get them in the diary. F1 Manager 24, I mean, you can see the livery options there. It looks good. I wonder how long we're going to have to wait for a release date. I know that the Cody's F1 game has an earlier release date this year. F1 Manager typically comes out in the summer break, to be honest. I actually feel like that's quite a good spot for it, so I'd be surprised if they move it. But maybe just something to consider. No release date yet. That makes me think it's a little further away than perhaps we expect. Bizarrely, I feel myself trying not to get too excited about it because of the price tag, because of the fact it's going to be £30. I feel like that almost tempers my expectations slightly. But nevertheless, it does look like there's a lot of stuff that people have been asking for that's going to be in the game that's going to shake things up. The significance of this stuff and how it's actually going to affect gameplay is going to be a big one. I assume with Creator Team, it is going to be a case of adding a 21st and 22nd car on the grid rather than you replacing an existing one. No mention of multiplayer for people who wanted it, and no mention of any kind of driver academies or F2 or F3 stuff. Might be a little bit disappointing, I suppose. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts. I'd love to know yours down in the comments, and I'll leave you guys answering the final question some of you are wondering. Jack, are you wearing the Williams shorts? Of course I am. Of course. These shorts cost me £50. I have to wear them at every opportunity. Make sure to be subscribed if you want to get more updates on F1 Manager 24 as news drops. I will be playing the game on launch and streaming it on launch, and I hope you guys are as excited for it as I am. Create my own team and then get really angry at Mick Schumacher and Teo Peixeira as my driving lineup. I can see it already. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your support. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.